Tony Capaccio, Bloomberg.
One quick question. There's $500 million for Taiwan. It's the first time ever a PDA. Can you talk a little bit about the rationale for it? Is it a message to China? And why $500 million versus some other larger figure? And for Admiral Grady, as the head of the JROC, were there any the Joint Requirements Oversight Council, were there any investments that you pushed in the 25 budget to reflect lessons from the Ukraine war that the United States needs to counter?
So on Presidential Drawdown Authority for Taiwan, we were provided authority in the 24 NDAA, I believe, 24. And so this was our first opportunity, the 25 budget, to be on cycle to put forward funding in support of that authority. We believe $500 million is executable. It represents a strong down payment on the authorized level, and obviously we need to fit within the Fiscal Responsibility Act cap. So that's how we got to the amount there. What it will do for us is allow us, just as the replenishment for Ukraine allows us, it provides that backfill for the services for anything that we provide to Taiwan. We then would be able to look at how to keep ourselves ready in those same areas. So that $500 million will allow us to backfill ourselves for items that we might provide to Taiwan.
Yeah, lots to learn from what's happening in Ukraine right now. And as you know, the JROC takes a look at all of those things, and they make recommendations based on capability gaps that we might assess. We don't necessarily direct funding, can't direct funding, but we identify gaps which then can lead to requirements. I think, too, that I would point to you are both manned and unmanned systems. Particularly in the unmanned systems, how we deliver effects on the battlefield, whether they're ISR, so sensing on the battlefield, or then delivering kinetic and non-kinetic effects. Both of those then are something I think we're really learning in the situation in Ukraine. And oh, by the way, it isn't just in one domain; it's across all domains, to include the maritime.
Any money being funded? Any investments in this budget you could point to, or reflecting what you just said?
Yeah, I think what if you were to look at the work of the Joint Counter-UAS Office and the work that they're doing which is also playing out in the situation in the Middle East, you can see where those requirements are translating into how we think about that fight.